Now we'll see the Floyd's algorithm. So Floyd's algorithm is used to find the shortest path problem. Okay. So there is a difference between the Dijkstra algorithm and then the Floyd's algorithm. So Dijkstra algorithm is used to find the shortest path. Floyd's algorithm also is used to find the shortest path. But in the Dijkstra algorithm, that is the single source shortest path. That means, so we have to find the shortest path from the source vertex to the particular destination, or the source vertex to the all the other vertices. That is a single source. Source will be the single source. But in Foyer's algorithm, that is the all pairs shortest path. That means, so we have to find the shortest path from all the vertices to all the other vertices. Okay. So here we have to consider all the vertices as the source vertex and also all the vertices as the destination vertex. Okay. So the procedure will be same like the Warshall's algorithm. So in Warshall's algorithm, that is we are not considering any weight. So we are finding the transitive closure. It's nothing but the path matrix. So we have to find whether the edge is present or not. Okay. But in the Floyd's algorithm, so we are given the weight and then we have to find the shortest path. So the problem is given the weighted connected graph, so we have to give the connected graph and also we have to give the weight. So the graph may be the directed or undirected graph. The all pair shortest path problem that's asked to find the length of the shortest path from each vertex to all other vertices. Okay, so that is the meaning for the all pairs. So the meaning of the all pairs is nothing but from each vertex to all other vertices. So here D will be the distance matrix. Okay. So same like the Washer's algorithm. So here the element Dij in the ith row and the jth column of this matrix indicates the length of the shortest path from the ith vertex to the jth vertex with each intermediate vertex. So here also we have to consider each and every intermediate vertex. So that intermediate vertex we can say the value for k. So that k value is not higher than the value. Okay. So this Floyd's algorithm is not applicable for the negative length. So if you want to find the shortest path, that is the all pair shortest path, so only the positive value we can give for the Floyd's algorithm. Suppose if you want to give the negative values for the Floyd's algorithm means, so we can't use the Floyd's algorithm for the shortest path. So for that we are having one more algorithm, that is the Bellman and Ford algorithm. So Bellman and Ford algorithm also is used for the all pair shortest path, that is with the negative length. Okay. So now the Floyd's algorithm, that is we are computes the distance matrix of the weighted graph with n vertices through the series of n cross n matrices. Okay. So here we have to consider that is D of 0. So D of 0 is nothing but the weight matrix of the graph, that is the initial distance matrix. Okay, so the D of 0 that does not allow any intermediate vertices in the path, and then we have to find each and every step, that is D of k minus 1 and D of k and to D of n we have to identify. So here the D of 0 will be the distance matrix. Here we are not considering any intermediate vertex. So D of n is nothing but this contains the length of the shortest path among all paths that can use all n vertices as intermediate. That means this will be the output of the Floyd's algorithm. Okay, so in between, that is we have to consider all the intermediate vertices. Okay, so the intermediate vertices that we have to start from the beginning. So now this is the formula to find the Floyd's algorithm. So in the Warshall's algorithm, what we have done, so we are not taken the minimum value. Okay, so what we are taken, whether we are having the edge or we are having the edges using the intermediate vertices. So we are considering that part. But in the Floyd's algorithm, we have to find the shortest path. So we have to find the minimum value. So Dij of k is equal to minimum of Dij of k minus 1. So this is nothing but the value which is taken from the previous step, that is the k minus 1. Okay, and then here D of ik plus D of kj. that is we are using the intermediate vertex. Okay, so this we are having the direct path. So this we are having the path from I to j using the intermediate vertex. Okay, so k value that should be greater than or equal to 1. Okay, so dij of 0, so this will be the initial stage. So in the initial stage, that is we are not considering any vertex as the intermediate vertex. So this will be the normal cast adjacency matrix, that is the weight matrix W of Jij. Okay, so now you take the problem. So in the problem, that is we are having the 4 vertices and then some set of edges we are given. Okay, so using the vertices and then the edges, so we have to make the cast adjacency matrix. Okay, so this is the directed graph. So you make the value only for one side where it is pointed. Okay, so the vertex to the same vertex, the value will be 0. So usually the diagonal value will be 0. So if there is no edge, so make it with the infinity value. Okay, so consider the vertex A. So from A, we are having only one outgoing edge, that is the 3 to the vertex C. Okay, so now this will be A to A will be 0. So A to B there is no edge, it will be infinity. A to C we are having the edge with the value 3, and A to 4D it will be infinity. Okay, so same way we have to identify for this B to A only 2 we are having, so remaining it will be 0, infinity, infinity. So C means from C to B and C to D we are having the value. So C to B we are having the value 7, and C to D we are having the value 1, and D to A we are having the value 6. Okay, so this will be the cast adjacency matrix. So this one will be the D of 0. So D of 0 is nothing but the same value we are having: 0, infinity, 3, infinity, 2, 0, infinity, 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 7, 0, 1, 6, infinity, infinity, 0. Okay, so now, so first we have to consider the first vertex as an intermediate vertex. So don't take randomly the vertex as an intermediate vertex. So we have to go in the sequence of decisions. So if you want to, the dynamic programming is nothing but that is we have to do the sequence of decision. So sequence of decisions means we have to start from the beginning. Okay, so each and every stage we have to complete and we have to take the decisions. Okay, so now we are taken that is the vertex A as the intermediate vertex. So vertex A as the intermediate vertex means we have to consider the 8th row and then the 8th column, and then we have to take what are all the values we are having. Okay, so here that is we are having A to C, we are having the value 3, and then B to A we are having value 2, and B to D, sorry, D to A we are having the value 6. Okay, so here that is I am using the A as the intermediate vertex. So we are taken that is B to A and then A to C, D to A and then A to C. So here we can say that is BC. Here we can say that is the DC. Okay, so minimum of, so what's the formula they are given? So Dij of k minus 1. So here we are taken that is the I value and j value. Here Ik and then kj. Okay, so here that is minimum of, so ij means this is the ij, that is b to c. So what is the value of b to c? So b to c the value will be infinity. Okay, we are having the value infinity. So and then otherwise we can say that is I to k and then k to j. Okay, I to k that is ba, what is the value 2? Okay, and then a to c, what is the value we are having? That is 3. So 2 plus 3, the value we are having as 5. So minimum of infinity comma 5, we are having the value 5. Okay. So same way we can do it for D to C. So D to C, that is we are having the value infinity, that is the direct ij. And then we have to take the value using the intermediate vertex, that is DA value will be 6. So AC value will be 3. So total value we are having 9. Okay. So here infinity comma 9, we are having the value 9. So now we can make this value in the table. So 0, infinity, 3, infinity. So that BC we are finding the value 5. So here 2, 0. Before BC the value will be infinity. Now the value will be changed to 5. So 5, infinity. Okay. Next to infinity 7, 0, 1. Here also infinity 7, 0, 1. But here that is DC we are having the value 9. So 6, infinity. Here it will be 9. So 6, infinity, 9, 0. Okay. So now this is D1. Okay, so now we have to consider the vertex B as the intermediate vertex. Okay, so now you take the bth word row and then the bth column. Now you take all the values which is present here. So we are having the values 2, 5 and then 7. So that is C2B is equal to 7 and B2A is equal to 2 and B2C is equal to 5. Okay, so here we are using that is B as the intermediate vertex. So we are taken that is CB and then we are taken that is BA. So now we can able to identify that is CA. Okay, so next is CB and then BC. Now we have to identify that is C to C. Okay, so CA, that is we are having the value min is equal to infinity comma that is 9. That is CA, the value will be infinity. Okay, and then CB plus BA, CB plus BA, the value will be 9. So the minimum value will be 9. Here CC, that is we are having the value 0. So it will be 0. Okay, so and then CB and BC, CB and BC, that is 7 plus 5, it will be 12. So 0 comma 12, the minimum value will be 0. Okay, so now we can replace the value for C2A and then C2C. Okay, so other value will be remain same like the previous matrix. So 0 infinity 3 infinity, 0 infinity 3 infinity. So now we are having 205 infinity, 205 infinity. So next term, that CA we are having the value 9. So before it was infinity, so now that value will be changed to 9. So 9701. Okay, the CC it will be 0, before also it will be 0. Now 6 infinity 90, 6 infinity 90. Okay, so now we have to consider the vertex C as the intermediate vertex. Okay, so now vertex C as the intermediate vertex means that is we have to consider the Cth row and then the Cth column. Okay, so here you take all the values, that is A to C the value will be 3, B to C the value will be 5, D to C the value will be 9. Okay, and then this value also you have to take, that is C to A, C to B and then C to D. So this is the value we are taken from the previous matrix. Okay, and then what you have to, so we have to take all the intermediate vertex, that is C. So now you take that is A to C and then we have to take with C to A, C to B and C to D, A to C to C to A, B, C. And then if you are taking that is BC, and then we have to consider CA, CB and then CD. BC means CA, CB, CD. And then if you are taken DC means again we are having CA, CB and CD. And then we have to consider this AA, AB, AD, BA, BB, BD. Okay, here DA, DB and then DD. Okay, so using the previous formula, so we can able to find the values for this I to J. Okay, so here if you are considering the vertex C as the intermediate vertex means, so now the K value should be C. So you should not take any other K values. Okay, so for example, if you can't take that is C to A and then A to C, you can't consider. If you are taken like that, what will happen? So that time the A will become the intermediate vertex. But here we are considering the C as the intermediate vertex. So always the K value should be C. Okay, so now you update the values. So update the value here, that is 0 infinity 3 infinity. So now we are having 0 10 3 and 4. Okay, so A to A it will be 0, A to B it will be 10. Before it is infinity, so now we are changing the value with this 10. Okay, and then A to D also, before it is infinity, so now we have the value that is 4. Okay, so using this value, just you update the matrix. So after updating the matrix, now we have to consider vertex D as an intermediate vertex. So here also the same thing we have to do, that is we have to consider vertex D as the intermediate and then take all the values we are having in the fourth row and fourth column and then use the D as the intermediate vertex and then try to find the value for Ij. Okay, so here that is AD. If you are having, using this AD we are having DA, DB, DC, DA, DB, DC, and using this BD we are having DA, DB, DC. Using this CD again we are having DA, DB, DC. So here we are taken that is the ij value. Okay, and then update the values in the matrix. So d of 4. So this is the d of n. So the d of n value will be the final matrix for the Floyd's algorithm. Okay, so now this is the algorithm for the Floyd's. So here that is d is equal to w means the distance matrix, that is nothing but the weight matrix. Okay, initial distance matrix. And then we have to take k value should be 1 to n, I value is equal to 1 to n, and then sorry, here the j value will be 1 to n, this will be j. Okay, so now d of ij is equal to minimum of d of ij, this minimum value, or if this is minimum value, so whichever is minimum you have to consider that, either d of ij or d of I comma k plus d of k comma j. Okay, so now we have to return the distance matrix. So here it is not I, this will be j is equal to I 1 to n. Okay, so application of using the Floyd's algorithm. So this for useful for pre-computing the distances for the motion planning in the computer games. Otherwise we can use it for the communication purpose, the transportation network, and also the Floyd's algorithm is used in the operation research. Okay, so mainly the Floyd's algorithm is used to find the all pair shortest path. So here that is we have to consider the each and every vertex to all the other vertices. So either we can have the direct edge to find the cast, otherwise we can have to find the cast using any intermediate vertices. Okay, so now these are all the different problems we can solve using the Warshall's algorithm and then the Floyd's algorithm. So we can apply the Warshall's algorithm to find the transitive closure of the digraph defined by the following adjacency matrix. So the matrix they are given. So for this matrix, you draw the graph and then you try to find the transitive closure. So here also solve the all pair shortest path problem for the digraph with the following weight matrix. So weight matrix they are given. So for this weight matrix, draw the graph and then find the all pair shortest path. And again here they are given the graph. So for this graph, find the transitive closure using the Warshall's algorithm. Okay, so this Warshall's algorithm and then the Floyd's algorithm, this comes under the technique that is the dynamic programming. So here the principle of optimality is nothing but so every time, so what will happen, so the decisions of the sequence of decision is considering, because if you are taken the decision here, the same thing has to be followed for the next stage. Okay, so each and every stage we have to consider the earlier stage decisions to get the final output. Okay, so that is the dynamic programming concept. So using this way it holds the principle of optimality. Okay, so in the next video, so we will see the next algorithm, that is the optimal binary search tree.